everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Monday evening, July 25th, 2022. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency trader. And we do that by teaching you how to use our proprietary trading tools. And we do that with personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most efficient and effective way to learn currency trading. We are so confident in how well our tools work and in our ability to train you that we will let you trade with company funds once you have been trained, and eventually you'll have the opportunity to trade an account of up to $100,000 and split what you make with us. So with that, let's get started in the training. If you have not muted yourself, please mute yourself. That'd be much appreciated. And we will get going here. We got to start by listening to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we are so confident in how well the indicators work. We come on live pretty much every day, multiple times a day, so that you can watch us do our trade analysis. So it's a teaching moment, and then copy the trade. So right now we are with the Monday evening trade with me. When you are a regular member, we do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. We do a trade in the evening at 6 p.m. And we also do another trade in the evening at 10 p.m. And then there are additional paid sessions. So lots of opportunities to learn and get trades while you're learning. We will be doing this again tomorrow morning. So with that, let us keep going here. I trade off of a trade routine. When I start every day, I make sure my green charts and MetaTrader 4 are connected. Actually, it is good habit to restart your green charts once every day. I did that just before we came on so that memory's cleared and we won't have any lagging. Defend it every day. You should as good habit, not just with your trading, but with your life. Take a look at what's happened and what hasn't gone well. And on those things that haven't gone well, what could you have done better and what corrections could you have made? I think all of our trades last week went well. So nothing there today. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll have something to review. As we are technical traders, which means we are trading based on the price action, and our indicators are very good at predicting where prices are going. News also impacts currency. So we want to know what that news is so we can effectively trade around it. And the most efficient place to get that is by going to Forex Factory. Forex Factory breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. Ideally, I want to be out of trading a pair 2 hours before a red event, because sometimes what you'll see is there'll be a little bit of creep in price because the news gets out a little bit beforehand, so the prices will start creeping one way or the other. which our indicators aren't able to pick up. So for tonight, we've got clear sailing until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. when consumer confidence is going to be announced. Clearly it's going to be down. The question is, how much is it going to be down? Is it going to be down more than they expect or less than they expect? So we're not going to worry about that right now, though. So let us go into trading. When you become a trader with us, we start you off with a simple trade on a kind of lower time level chart, and then we create a trade plan for you. My trade plan is off of an hour chart, and it's using a signal called the 10-point signal. And on the 10-point signal, basically, we're trying to get all the lines to line up. When they do, it's a good trade. So I have a chart, which is the light six majors, which is one of the, standard charts. It measures things off of a 1 hour candle. On a 1 hour candle, the trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. So I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. And I am looking for situations where the lines, the red and green line is the major indicator, black and gray line is the minor indicator, where these lines are either below the red line, horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. So when these lines are down here, that means the currency pair is oversold. So that's a good buying opportunity. Likewise, when the lines are above the blue, the market's overbought. That is a good selling opportunity. If I can catch these lines either down here pointing up or up here pointing down, that is a good trade. Can I make a trade when the lines are in the middle of the channel? Yes, you can, but that's just not part of my trading strategy. As you start learning things, have I taken a trade when the lines are here? Yes, but I'm gathering other information too when I do that. But on my standard read, which is when I'm looking for the setup, I'm starting with the 1 hour chart. And when I find the setup, then I'm going to do a little bit more, and I'm looking for 7 points. And you'll see what those points are in just a minute. Then I'm going to confirm once I see the setup. But first, I'm just looking for the setup. So right now, we are just approaching oversold, so nothing there. Euro USD, we are in the middle of the channel, just about halfway, but I don't have agreement with my majors and minors. It's okay that the minors have run through the channel, but they are pointing up now, and the minors are pointing down. I want everybody pointed the same way. Euro pound, middle of the channel, minors are going up. These are kind of sideways, and they never got to overbought. So I am going to pass on it. Technically, it is kind of going up, but the reality is it's not going up enough. I can also get confirmation of that if I jump up to the TNTs. I only have 2 of the 4 supporting what I'm seeing here. Thick orange and thin orange are going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means sell. Both blues are going up. So 2 are telling me sell, 2 are telling me buy. So I don't have enough agreement. I need to have at least 3 out of the 4 there. Middle of the channel, approaching overbought. Minors are starting to turn, so nothing there. USD, Swiss franc. We are oversold. Everybody's going up. Majors are kind of going sideways versus up. I don't like this. I don't like the sideways action. I also don't like, which is not part of the rule, but that we're going from more steep to less steep. We got a kink in the line, And here we were, the line is like greater than 45 degrees steepness. It's like up here. And then it goes to less than 45 degrees steepness. So I don't like this. So we're going to pass. USD JPY. We are just approaching oversold. And it's going, well, we have approached oversold and it's going down. So we've kind of missed this. So I have cloned this chart and made a second chart, and with non-US pairs, and we will just keep going through and see if we can find that setup that we like. Euro pound overbought, everybody's going down, and I have what's called a double cross, where the red line is on top of the green, black line is on top of the gray. So this is 3 points here. 3 points. When I get my 3 points here, I am going to go up to my TNTs, and each of these lines are measuring something different at a slightly different speed. The thick orange is the fastest. The 2 orange lines are going down. The 2 blue lines are going up. So everybody here is telling me sell. So that's good. I want at least 3, but I've got all 4 telling me sell. When I go down to the pressure, I have sideways pressure. Sideways pressure. I want either down pressure. Down pressure would be this line going down and the red line going down, but they're not. Or the red line on top. Red line is over the green line, which it is not. They're converging, and at some point they will cross over, but they're not crossed over yet. So I'm going to pass here. I do like that the green line is sloping down. That's a positive, but it doesn't strictly meet the criteria of the rule. So I'm going to hold off here. I only need a couple good trades a day. And today I only took 2. Really, I only took 1. One I took and then pulled my stop loss up and it stopped out. So you really only need a couple good trades a day. So I am going to wait till I find my couple good trades. Australian dollar yen oversold going down. Euro Canadian dollar, we've got a mixed signal here. Majors going up, minors coming down. Australian New Zealand dollar overbought, everybody's coming down, and I do have the double cross, but the major is kind of going sideways. There's not much steepness to it. Looking at my TNTs, 2 orange lines coming down, dotted blue going up. So that is 3 of the 4. In here, I've got sideways pressure, but my red line is on top. My red line is on top. So I've got 7 points here. 1 point here with the major indicator. 3 points here with the majors and minors. Excuse me, with the pressure indicator down here. The 3 points with the majors and minors, and 3 points with the TNT. So when I get my confirmation, 7 points, I want to confirm the setup. And I'm going to confirm the setup by looking at the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So here, now this is a composite chart. So this is showing me a bunch of different pairs all on a 1 hour chart. Now I am going to go to a chart that just shows me Australian New Zealand dollar under multiple time periods. AUD, NZD. It is approaching morning time in both of these markets, so that is good. I want to trade when at least one of the pairs is morning time. So here is, oops, let's go ahead and adjust the pair here. AUD, NZD. So this is what we were just looking at. So what I want to see is on the 2-hour chart, I want to see that we're overbought. And on the 4-hour chart, I want to see that we're overbought. And we are overbought in both cases. What I want to get at is if we're overbought on the 2 and the 4-hour, if for some reason this signal doesn't go through, if it changes a little bit, we'll eventually get the trade. It's just going to take longer to happen. It's going to take, it'll take longer, anywhere from, normally if I take a trade off of a 1-hour chart, I'm expecting it to close within 1 to 3 hours. If you take a trade on a 2-hour chart, that's 2 to 6 hours. On a 4-hour chart, that's 4 to 12 hours. So it could take up to a half a day for it to close. But it'll still close, and it'll close profitably. So my setup is, if this doesn't happen, I'm going to catch it off of these two. So, and interesting, I don't really pay much attention to the day chart when I'm doing this, but we are overbought also. So eventually this is going to turn. So I like this setup. So let us go, once I see the setup and I get confirmation, I am going to go and take a look at, try to figure out what the trade is worth. And I'm going to figure out what the trade is worth by looking at the trend and the support and resistance. So let us go and take a look at the trend and support and resistance. So I'm going to change this to a UD and NCD. And I am going to pull this together a little bit so I get a few more data points to look at. And I would argue that our trend over the last week, 10 days, has been an uptrend from here to here, or even if you started here, still kind of an uptrend. I am going to draw some support and resistance. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And on the Euro USD, that tends to be, they tend to be about 30 pips apart on a 1-hour chart. So you can see it stopped in here, it stopped in here, stopping in here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. I want to know where these are because I don't want to trade through them. I want to know, I'm going to consider my take profit based on where these are, because what happens is, since there's some natural stopping at that line, if I try to trade through the line, because clearly sometimes it does go through the line, I might have to wait longer for the trade to go through. And the longer I have to wait, the more risk there's involved in the trade. The less I have to wait, the less risk. If I can get in and get out and make my pips, I'm better off than waiting. So I am looking for situations where I can get in and get out. So here we've got some stopping. It stopped here, stopped over here, stopped over here, stopped over here. So let us also put one more above that and one more below that, just so we know where we're going here. So it seemed to stop a little bit in here, a little bit in here, maybe a little bit here. Let's put one more below it. Right in here a little bit, in here a little bit. So now I'm going to pull this back out so we can see it a little bit better. Bring it forward. Mm-hmm. So let's save this. And I want to go back. So we were looking at a sell trade. And we're trading in an uptrend, and we're going to take a sell trade. So we're going to take less pips because we're going against the trend. And this is 17 pips down to here. And 8 pips to here. 17 pips and 8 pips. I'm going to just go back and take a look. These lines have gotten a little steeper since we started looking at them. Let's go ahead and let's see what the spread is real quick. Let me pull up my MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. Got some trades in here. I took some, did a little trading with somebody earlier. AUD, NZD. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart, because I don't have that chart open. AUD, NZD is not there, so it's in the third group. And let's make it the 1 hour chart. And we got a 3 pip spread, almost 3.5 pip spread, which is a huge spread. For 8 pips, which is my inclination, a 3 pip spread is too much. For a 17 pip trade, it's not. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, I don't want to take more than 8. It's now 2.25. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and take a 8 pip trade. New order. My lot size, I got 7,000 in this demo account, so I am going to take a 0.7. I'm just moving the decimal spot over 4. I can have roughly 2 trades open. I know I'm going a little over that. You see my margin level 700 here. There's 2 trades open. It's going to bring it down about 500, which is a little lower than it should be, but as we're just practicing, I'm going to go ahead and do it just for the demonstration point of it. Once the trade is in, I right-click on it. I go to Modify. We said we were going to take 8 pips. 8 pips is 80 points. We will use a stop loss of 4 times. So 4 times 8 is 32. So 320. I'm going to add an extra 0. I want to make sure we get the full 8. So I'm just going to check the addition here. We got in at 11.045. 11.045. And 8 is going to bring it down to 11.09.8 should be 6.5. So I'm going to change this to 6.5. I want to get the full 5, the full 8 pips. So if I add 8 to this 1.10965, if I add 8 to the 6, that's going to make 0.45, and the 1's going to carry over, and it's going to make it 110. So we have got what we want, and I just want to see that both lines are there, and they are. So we took a sell on the AUD NZD for 8 pips. The take profit is 1.10965. That's 1.10965 with a stop loss of 1.11388, 1.11388. Let's see if we can find another trade while we're still got another 5 minutes. I am going to show you a second signal. This signal is a scalp trade. It's good for 5.5 pips, and it is good when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour, which right now there's 3 minutes left. And I am looking at what the position of the thick orange line is. And this number up here tells me where it is. And the thick orange line is scaled. So it goes from 0 when it's as low as it can go to 10 when it's as high as it can go. When it's at 0, it means the indicator thinks there's no more down in the movement. So if there's no more down in the movement, that is a buy. However, we don't want to trade it just on one piece of information. The more pieces that we can have that confirm it, the higher the accuracy of the trade. So if this is telling me that there's no more up in the movement, I want the majors and minors to tell me the same thing. And they will tell me the same thing if they are well below the red line. I don't have to be turned yet, but they just all need to be well below the line. They are not right now. They are just, the green is just touching the line. So again, 0, but these lines aren't well below the line. 3 isn't close enough. 10, 10, yes. The green is crossed over, but the red is still in the channel. I want all the lines way above. All the lines way above, so I don't have that. 10 again. Lines are in the middle of the channel. Minor line is up there, but these other guys aren't. This is telling me there's more up in the movement. 2 isn't close enough. Let's keep going. 6 majors, 2. 3 isn't close enough. 1 isn't close enough. 10, yes, but we're in the middle of the channel here, so that's no good. 6 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. So this is a real quick way to see if I've got a good trade. 0, yes. I got 3 of the 4 lines well below the red. The red on the majors is just touching. I want him down where the green is. So no. 6, no. 10, yes. Ooh. This guy's starting to go sideways. So he didn't go all the way up, but he's starting to turn. I am going to hold off on that. Let's see what else we have here because we're running out of time. 2, no. 0.3, yes. These are doing the same. Both these New Zealand guys are starting to turn, but they didn't get deep enough. What happens is I want it all the way down there because it's stressed. It's like pulling an elastic, and when the clock changes, it's going to be a little snap, and I want to catch that snap, but I don't like this enough to do that. This guy here, we've got 0.6. Oh, he jumped, but to me, these guys weren't down far enough, and they'd been languishing I prefer to see it come all the way down. So you can see this NZD, where was it? 9, and it's still going up. So this didn't drop. It was like it was like at 10, and these were just touching, and they're still going up. So like if this were like this next hour, the top of next hour, I might take this, but I'm not going to take it because I'm going to be doing something else in just a few minutes. So let's see here. Well, that's it. So we took one trade, just to kind of reiterate, using the 10-point signal on the AUD-NZD with a take profit of 1.10965, 1.10965, and a stop loss of 1.11383. And I would expect this to close in the next 3 hours, and certainly by tomorrow morning when we reconvene again for another trade. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. We are here to make you good traders. I appreciate your support, and I enjoy helping you succeed, as does the rest of the team. So we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.